And we are back with part two. And so we start with the receipt. So the receipt was pretty much Kenya felt that Senya didn't have her back when it came to Eva. Portia tries to clean up and said, well, you said to me when we were on the phone, and Kenya's like, I ain't never talked to you. And I didn't say it in the last review, but I didn't believe that Kenya would do that, especially given the fact that Kenya and Portia never seen it for each other from jump. So to all of a sudden start building this new relationship and then you dog out the person that you've been cool with pretty much this whole entire time on the show didn't seem right. Cynthia being friends with, Eva and Kenya and them talking about each other and Cynthia's whole thing is, look, I'm the middle friend. It is what it is. They said what they said, whatever. I can understand playing the middle because you're on the show. So it's like, let them talk their shit, because if she shuts them down, then it's just like, okay, well, it doesn't go anywhere. And of course, Cynthia really doesn't have much of a storyline, so it is what it is. But I got, friends and whatnot that don't fuck with each other. And it's one of those where, if they are retelling a story, cool. If you tell a story about the other person, once we go from telling the story to bashing, I shut that shit down right quick. Like, nah, we not finna do that. Because I fucks with the both of y'all, and I don't let the person do that to you. You not finna do it with them. Not finna happen. But everybody built differently. So the mom talk comes up. Cynthia says she would not have any more kids. She doesn't have a problem with Noelle and her girlfriend. Marlo has had her nephews for a year. Things are going good there. We now get into the Kenya versus Portia, which y'all heard me say. Portia was looking for a reason to not like Kenya after getting close with Nene. I stand by that. So Portia said that she saw Kenya, starting to revert back to her old ways, and that is why, she started to, have a problem there. Okay. Kenya was throwing... So Kenya had thrown shade at Portia. No, I'm sorry. Kenya was thrown that Portia was throwing shade at her. And they did the flashback where that was filmed a month ago, where you had Kenya's shade that was filmed 6 months ago. And of course, with them, doing these confessionals, things are being played back, which it should be the scene. Chances are what Kenya said was probably played back, but Kenya only made one comment about Portia, and that was she should see what her man meant by doggy style. But if you recall, early in the season, she was like, look, I'm going through enough in my relationship. I ain't got time to be worried about, Portia and hers. So you mad at that one comment when... I'm sorry, Nene was like, does she need a rabies shot? Okay. Picking and choosing, I see. But it was the Shamia story that she was able to cling on. Now, there's a little bit of confusion, more or less, on, I guess, Kenya's whole thing is, things were a little bit misconstrued. And, she thought old girl was going to labor, and she really wasn't, is what it is. But that wasn't a dig at Portia, and even if it was, then... It's one of those, it goes back to the comment about, PJ being Dennis with a bow. There's something else there. Because this was the same friend, Shamia, that you threw her to the wayside for Phaedra, did you not? The same friend that you did not go to her fucking wedding. The same friend that you literally played to the fucking left. But now all of us, okay, see again, it's that bullshit, it's that fuck shit. And Shamia will be a damn fool to sit here and get that close with her when she shows you just how disposable your ass is. Kenya brings up the fact that, Portia had been calling her a bitch, and she was like, okay, bitch is the worst thing you heard when you didn't call Tanya Ho, see you next Tuesday. Facts there, gotta give it to Portia. Then we got Kenya versus everybody, event crashing, and shade. Shamika drinking, water from Kenya's display, and the marching band. I'm sorry, even with that whole drinking the water from displays, because Kenya was like, well, Portia and Shamia drank from our display, and put it with the quickness. Oh, that was Shamia with the quickness, just threw her friend on the fucking bus. And again, Shamia isn't there, so. It's kind of one of those which, like, I don't even know why y'all talking about her, and she wasn't even invited to the reunion to begin with, but whatever. The marching band is brought up, and Kenya was like, well, everybody was laughing, and then Tanya was like, nobody was laughing. oh fucking Mr. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. I don't like Tanya. I don't. But she was like, nobody was laughing when they showed the clip back, and literally Portia was on the floor laughing and fucking rolling and shit. And a question is asked to Marlo saying, you said you talked about Kenya mother's not wanting her. How would you feel if someone said that to your nephew? She's like, well, that was 4 years ago, and I hate that whole how long ago something was. You can't do shit to somebody and then try to put restrictions on when for them to get the fuck over it, how and how they need to react to it. So you do somebody wrong, you can't tell them how long to be upset about it, and then you can't get mad at how the fuck they come at you. I've had posters on my personal Facebook because this shit was going on with me, and I said, imagine a person throwing a rock in the pond. The only thing that person can affect is whether or not they throw the rock, how heavy that rock is, and the and the force of the throw, like how much oomph is behind that throw. You can't once you throw it, you like the ripple effect you can't affect, and if something comes out of the pond, you can't affect it. The only thing you can affect is whether or not you throw it, the size of the rock, and you throwing it. That being said, everything after that rock leaves your hand, whatever happens after that happens after that, and this is the same exact thing. But again, that's Marlo deflating. Well, that happened that long ago, and Kenya says that Kenya has said that she said the same thing at her launch, which she did not. She just said she wondered why Mr. Daly or Dolly doesn't give her unconditional love, but she did come for Kenya at the Bailey queue. And again, here's the thing. Okay, you came for her. I mean, I can't be mad at Kenya because shit, I'm petty. I'm vindictive, sometimes. And here's the thing. I mean, you do some shit to me, oh, I'm gonna get you. You not gonna know when I'm gonna get you, but I'm gonna get you. And when I get you, don't say shit. It might be 10 years later. Motherfucker, I'm still gonna sting your ass. Period. You did what you did, you gonna suffer the ramifications. My thing is, you just not gonna know when the fuck the shit come. Most of the time, I want you to forget that you did the shit. So when I fucking sit here and, do a pow on your ass, hey, call me what the fuck you want. I'm just being honest here. And then the girls get to arguing with her. Kenya said, why do the ugliest bitches keep coming for the prettiest girls? Andy started laughing and then did this. Andy was getting his damn life on this damn reunion. Excuse me. Andy asked why she can come for Marlo's event when she feels that no one should come for anybody else's stuff. And Kenya says, and then that's when Kenya brought up what was said at the Bailey queue. But then Andy's whole thing is, so you can sit here and come for somebody else's stuff, but they can't come for yours. And then Candy brings up the, see you next Tuesday comment. Kenya apologizes. Andy brings up Nene saying Kenya's karma for the cookie lady, and Tanya is her failed marriage. So Kenya was like, so is your karma Greg sleeping with the help? I'm like, damn, she was just sitting on ready. And I can appreciate that. And he was like, yes, that was mine. And one thing I would say is I don't like Nene. I haven't liked Nene since like season 2 of Housewives. But she's been doing this for a while. She should have media training. This is one of those where the reason that Kenya be stinging them the way that she does is Kenya talks like this, remains very calm. She might even get a little bit like this, but she remains very calm. She stays right here, but lets the other girls get all up and out their body, and y'all fall for the shit. But Nene's whole thing is, I'm gonna get loud and over talk you, but most of the time you ain't gotta do that, especially if you the HBIC. You ain't gotta do all that. And I did lost myself. Oh, here we go. So, what the hell did I just write? Can you know the possible? Okay, so the whole cheating thing. So Kenya was asked if you knew about Tan's fiance, why didn't you just bring that to her directly? And she has said that, instead of posing it to the group. And Kenya said that when she brought it up, it was vague. But Tanya started asking questions, and then she started to, more or less direct those questions towards her. Tanya and Kenya talk over each other, and Tanya, says her zip your lips and let someone else speak. And Kenya says, girl, you just got here 30 minutes ago. And it seemed like Tanya was trying to, solidify her spot, but at the same exact time, she seemed to be more trying to be damage control for Nene and Portia than anything else. Cynthia confirms that Tanya had prior knowledge of, the cookie lady. So that, so in reference to Tanya saying that she, was sitting on this, well, Tanya, you was also sitting on it, so you bringing the wig was premeditated, Tanya ain't innocent in none of this shit either. And then Tanya says to Kenya, you bring up the cookie lady, but Mar has a whole restaurant and dessert bar in New York that you don't know about. I nib out, fell the fuck out. I was like, you know what? Kudos to you, motherfucking Tanya, because that was a good one. So Portia has a question from Portia in Atlanta meant for Tanya. And again, this is that whole trying to steer shit in a certain way, because I guess Portia wasn't happy with the fact that Cynthia wasn't getting stung enough, because again, you can't tell me that Nene and Portia did not sit down before the ring started and have a plan of attack going in. So she pretty much asked her, does she feel that, Kenya acted alone? Long story short, Tammy's just like, you know what, I feel, she gave credit to Cynthia for doing the right thing. Eva says, when the cookie lady came in, she swooped her out, and then Tammy's like, shut up, Eva, because you ate those cookies several times. And Eva was like, because the cookies was good, bitch, I was hungry. The fuck you mean? Hell, I'm hungry, I'm fat, I'm gonna eat these damn cookies. I ain't feel like these cookies go to waste, stupid asshole. So Candy is asked why she didn't have an opinion. Candy says because she wasn't there. I don't necessarily think that's a valid excuse, but here's the thing. If Candy don't want to speak on something, Candy don't have to fucking speak on something. Like, fuck you mean, get the fuck out of here. I ain't got to speak on shit if I don't want to fucking speak on shit. But then Candy was just like, but it's the principle. Imagine if you were in my shoes. And Candy was just like, I had a similar situation of Cynthia bringing somebody to this one event. I had to stand in my shit. I don't know you like that. I'm not friends with you like that. I'm not finna sit here and, get the windmilling on your behalf. You gonna have to sit here and fight this shit yourself. I couldn't disagree with that. Facts. So Candy Sari came up and she was asked, does she have a connection with Blaze like she did with Riley, since one was her own pregnancy, the other one was via surrogate. She says that the connection is still the same. She's asked about Kayla and Todd. They're doing good. They do have their spats, but they're doing good. Mama Joyce and Todd's brought up, she says that they are good, especially since Blaze came into the picture. Eva is brought up with the name change of her daughter and the adoption. She says that she was sued by the donor after that happened, and her baby daddy came to court after Plum Food. That shit played out all over the blogs and whatnot. She gave them a detailed account of her relationship with him, and she broke down. And it's one of those where when you have dark spots in your past, that it will hit you, and it also lets us see that Eva hasn't fully healed from that. There's still something that she hasn't healed from. But it was nice for her to bring that up. And a lot of people was like, and the award goes to, it may be, but everybody had questions last season of why is she constantly moving? Because her ex is crazy. Stupid asses. So Portia then come up. They're quarantined together. Then a question was asked about Dennis being out with some girls. So on Watch What Happens Live, she couldn't ask the question. She was like, well, you know what, just pray for me and I'll pray for y'all. But now she was saying that at the time she didn't want to defend him. No, you had time to sit here and think of an excuse. And she even said that, she knew the girls. She knew he was going to a party. She didn't know he was going to go get food afterwards. But she knew the girls that he was out with. It just wasn't a good look. But my question is, was that a setup for you to sit here and have some shit, to further push this shit along? I wonder. Then the comments about the other girls came up, the whole rabies shot, or, Marlon saying, because I wasn't going to bring my dogs around if he was sitting here, messing around with people's dogs and shit. And Portia said she was numb to the comments at that time. So you were numb to those comments, but you were numb to Kenya saying that you need to figure out what he meant by doggy style. Get the fuck out of here. Andy brings up Candy not coming, and Candy was just like, we're trying to get to a better place. So I didn't feel that it was my place to sit here and say anything. So Nene tries to juxtapose her relationship with Whitney to Dennis and Portia, and they get into it. Nene says I'm sorry. So then I guess it comes up why those two have been going at it, and it's because of the whole YouTube, Nene's YouTube thing of someone is always getting a show after the show. And Nene says, if I have anything to say to you, I'll say it to you. They go back and forth initially. And at one point, Nene calls her forgettable. They get to arguing so much that Andy uses his infamous mute button. They start back talking again. Nene then calls her unforgettable. And that was when Candy just went ahead and just said, I am that. And Candy had mentioned how, the comment conveniently happened around the time they had just started filming her new show. Then Nene says, okay, girl, well, it was about you. Now, it seemed like she was just trying to do like, okay, yeah, all right, it's about you. So what you said is what you said. But I think she was truly just saying that's what it was. And then Candy was like, you can't stop seeing me because you gon' see me. You been seeing me. You been singing my song. They got you on here singing my song. I'm embedded in your motherfucking brain. Shit was fucking hilarious. And Nene felt a kind of way. They began to do the Cynthia and Kenya reel. But during that, they are cutting back to Nene talking about some of their haters. Why are they such haters? What would they do if I wasn't here? Who would they talk to? She closes her screen. That's the last time we see Nene. So that's the end of part 2. I'm going to try my best to get through part 3 because part 3 was some bullshit. I'll be right back. Peace.